broadcasting famous.
This week's episode of the Dark Room Podcast presents Tiyanak. So ito na nga, this is our third episode na. Third episode sa ating walang nanonood at nakikinig.
Yan na yung meron tayong mga interns natin.
Oo nga eh. Kasi natin eh, kasi pag hindi sila
Hindi sila makinig tsaka mag-subscribe.
yung grade.
Kailangan
minus sa grade.
minus eh.
So ayun na nga, third installment na ng ating ng ating Creatures of the Dark. Underworld. Basta yun na yun.
Of the dark.
The Narcos. Dito naman tayo focus
May bag pa pala.
sa Philippine mythology naman yung natin. Yung next na
I think kasi parang wala naman tayo ibang nakikita mga sa ibang lugar. Pictures about babies.
oo nga. Yun no.
Ganun.
Anyway, alam na naman nila sa
Nakikita nyo naman
sa title pa lang eh. So yun.
Anything na
Oo nga no, wala din ako masyadong encounter na ng mga palabas or mga lore sa ganong klaseng mga creatures or ewan ko lang. Tama ba? Di ko rin alam eh.
wala. Or hindi lang siya parang sikat. Dito sa atin.
Si Chucky lang ganun.
Si Jackie eh. Dahil naman si Jackie. Si
Annabelle, ganun din, di ba? So parang unique. Tama ba? Unique sa ating place, kumbaga. So yun. So pag-usapan natin is the Tianak.
A Tianak is a vampiric creature from the Philippine mythology that typically takes the form of an infant or toddler. They are also depicted to take malevolent delight, leading people astray or in abducting children. They are said to have the ability to mimic a baby or a specific child, or able to imitate an infant's cries for luring victims. So ito yung pinaka-modus nila.
Ito yung nila, yung pang tawag ng mga victims nila, no?
Ng mga possible victims nila. The Tianak retains the general shape of the baby, but once it is picked up by an unfortunate passerby, it reverts its true form by growing sharp claws and fangs, then attacks the victim. In some legends, the Tianak's true form is that of a little old man with wrinkled skin and fierce bulging eyes. They have large noses, white mouth, and sharp voices. In some legends, it is relatively immobile because one leg is shorter than the other.
Kailangan talagang may ganun.
Parang chicken.
Kailangan talagang may ganung tawag dito, disability. Ka na nga tawag dito.
Disabled ka.
Dito, hindi ka na nga tao, disabled ka pa.
Disabled ka pa. Grabe naman.
Grabe naman yung pagka-harsh ng mundo sa'yo.
Pero this deformity forces the Tianak to move by leaping or crawling rather than walking. But its mimicking cries more than compensates for this.
So ganun nga, di ba? Malulore naman yung
Lalapit na sa'yo yung victim. Lalapit sa kanya yung In yet another story, it is seen as a baby supernaturally flying the forest. But in versions from the island of Mindoro, It transformed into a black bird before flying.
So ganun din, no? Parang
Shapeshifter.
parang iba din siya in every region ganun. May sariling mga tawag dito. May sariling version kumbaga.
Para siyang yung skinwalker last episode natin. Ano rin, tumatawag tapos, pero yung pagkakaibahan lang is baby form siya. So, yung adult yung skinwalker. And yet, another variant of the tale from Central Luzon, specifically in the Pampanga province, the Tianak is described as a small, not brown people who don't walk on the ground but rather float on air. Okay.
So parang ganun din yung ano, 'di ba? Parang mostly ng mga movies na ano, may mga ganitong mga creatures, ganun din yung pinapakita eh. Mga ano, sa mga shake rattle Underworld.
Yung Tianak na movie, Tianaks. Tatlo silang
Hindi ko pa-
merong isang nasa tubig, merong isang nasa lupa.
Hindi ko
Sa
pa.
movie ano, yung Tianaks.
So parang ano, parang sila Zeus, ganun. Jesus, si Poseidon, tsaka si...
Ano sila?
Tig-isa sila ng ano, ng territory.
Like the famous aswang, it is also said that when the cry of a Tianak sounds faint, one is actually nearby, and conversely, if the cry sounds loud, it is actually distant. So,
Parang same din, kasi alam mo yung ano,
wak-wak.
yung wak-wak ganun. Tsaka yung may ano, merong dito hindi ko alam sa ibang part ng Leyte. Sa amin meron yung aghoy. I don't know.
Panaghoy.
Parang panaghoy. Pag nag-whistle ka daw ng gabi, tapos may sumagot sa pag maliit daw yung sound, ibig sabihin malapit lang siya. Di ko makakalimutan yun kasi may mga I think may ibang tawag dito version yan sa ibang lugar, like kasi parang may pinalabas nun dati sa Okat-Okat.
Kato-kat pati sa wag kukurap.
Ganun, tapos yun yung pinaka yung villain na time. Tapos parang Thursday ata pinapalabas yung Okat-Okat that time.
Mas matagal na yung ano yun. Hindi
Tangin na
na
takot.
nakabutan yung Okato-kat.
Takot ako nun pag pinapalabas yun.
Yung
Like,
sa akin is wag kukurap.
saan ba yung wag ko korap?
Kasi Ding Dong Dantes rin yun. Sa GMA.
Hindi ka na nabutan. Hindi ka na napanood yun.
Basta ano,
Parang ganun din.
story.
Sila anong yung bida na?
Ay ano ba,
Si
parang,
Ricky Davao.
ano yan, parang,
Agot Isidro, ganun. Si Agot
si
Isidro.
Abby Isidro,
Ricky.
parang nani-nani na sa akin.
Parang
na yung roles niya nung gawin.
ganun.
Nanonood na.
Hindi ko alam yung ibang mga, hindi ko na mga alaala. Basta yun na yun.
The most common interpretation of the name is that it came from the words chan, meaning womb or stomach, and anak, child.
Napakawiti naman ang nakaisip nito.
Chan, anak. Parang lahat yata tayo chan. Feeling ko parang lahat tayo chanak. Kasi galing tayo sa chan. So, the name was originally spelled as Tianak or Tianak with a C and with a K.
T-I. T-I-A.
TIA and AC or TIA and AK, which came from the earlier word Tianak, supposedly to be a derivation
Parang ganun.
derivation of the Tagalog words patay, anak, or dead child.
Wait, doon na naman ako doon. Shit. Tianak.
Pachanak. When a woman,
Ito pa.
this is a statement of one Fray Francisco Sade San Antonio Chronicas. When a woman is about to give birth, some men undress until they are stark naked, then taking shields and katans. One takes his stand in the silong or basement, and another on the ridge of the house. They continually fence with the wind with their katans as long as the parturition lasts. They say that it is to keep the pachanak and the uswang away from the woman. These are witches among them who come to obstruct the success of the child.
Oh, so yun yung ano nila, no? Parang umaatake sila pag ganun.
Oo.
Parang ganun pag
I think yung supernatural ano siya, mga witches na ba or bad spirits na
parang ganun.
Parang
Hindi ko lang alam if ang tawag dito if yung ano yung nag-originate yung ganung lore, if may nakita ba silang ganun or
nangyari
or
paglabas
parang
ng baby
paglabas
unsuccessful
or namatay tapos sinabi nila kasi ganito ganyan may narinig kaming kumakaluskas doon ganun.
merong
Diba?
hahanap sila ng explanation
Kasi nga
sa-
before ganun usually yung yun na nga, naghahanap sila ng explanation sa mga supernatural na nangyayari. Well,
pero ngayon mas marami na meron nangyayari.
kasi nga naman
Alam na natin kung ano yung reason.
ano yung reason ng mga ganun. Well, hindi naman natin talaga sila hindi naman natin sila masisisi at that time kasi nga
Kulang pa yung
yung knowledge nila sa mga ganitong mga bagay. Pero like in some cases naman kasi may mga instances kasi na parang may supernatural kasi hindi naman natin may kakailang may ganun. Anyway, may mga instances na nangyayari talaga yung mga supernatural pero like as a tao parang naghahanap ka ng tag dito ng
reason
explanation sa bagay na yun. Ma-associate mo sila sa ganung mga
grieving part. So, maghahanap talaga ng reason or explanation yung family.
ano lang 'di ba? Napaka
Sad.
paano kaya nila paano nila
Depressing mo to. Ganitong
or paano nila nasabi na yung
reason.
reason 'di ba? Paano sila
premature yung baby.
naka-come up ng ganun kasi may batang ganyan. Nakarinig kami ng umiiyak. What if yung kapitbahay lang pala umiiyak na
Hindi
ba?
kasi baka sa mga lugar na hindi talaga pwedeng.
Well, hopefully may ano dito, may explanation sa
Against dun sa mga Tianak and Aswang, various countermeasures are supposedly effective against the Tianak. According to local beliefs, those that were led astray by the creature's cries can break free from the enchantment and regain their wits by turning their clothes inside out because the Tianak allegedly finds the method humorous enough to let them go.
so parang yung ganong mga pangontra. Parang yun yung usually na pare-parehas, no?
Mostly kasi garlic kasi
Ah.
tapos ito magbabaliktad kasama na rin siya. And in the Philippines, we make loud noises by clanking metal objects as part of the New Year's Eve celebrations aside from lighting firecrackers to drive evil spirits away and welcome.
Well, that specific tradition is hindi naman very hindi naman nag-originate dito sa atin. Sa talaga yan sa mga Chinese na mga nagta-travel. Parang din natin yung pinaka tradition kumbaga.
This practice is also said to work against repelling a Tiyanak along with other more popular methods like salt, garlic, and
Bakit kaya yun? Like yung mga condiments na yun, bakit specifically? What if kung
sibuyas pala yung pinaka.
hindi, what if kung yung nakaisip nun is may tindahan lang siya.
Tapos
Para kumita siya. Sabihin niya,
business.
o yung tama, parang gawin ko kaya tong gawin ko
Kasama
to.
rin kasi yung Catholic religion.
Religion nga.
The Tiyanak myth was also integrated in the colonization of the Philippines. The Catholic version of the legend claims that the Tiyanak is supposedly the souls of infants that died before being baptized, who cannot move on to the afterlife for not having. So ito na yung pinaka parang mas popular.
Ito na yung from the religion na side naman. Well, tawag dito
Mas sikat.
Mm.
Yung nangyayari namin.
well kasi nga naman yung religion is the very one of the oldest influence sa mga tao, which dito sa atin from ano coming from mga hindi naman uh, Christian or not in the Christianity na ano na religion, which naging reason for us to change yung religion nung dumating yung mga ano. May yun nga, parang nakwento ko din ito at dati na ano, yung reason kung bakit naging ginawang pangontra yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. Kasi nga for the Catholic to, kasi nga pag parang kumita sila ganun. Diba? Kasi nga dati yung mga ganyan na bagay is walang specific na pangontra talaga. I mean yung ano, like yung walang divine power na makakatalo. Meron lang pangontra doon, pero like hindi siya ganun ka powerful kumbaga. Pangontra lang siya. Oo. Pangontra lang sila, pero like yung ano, like yung religion talaga, yun talaga yung nagda-drive na kailangan kayo magsimba. Kasi pag hindi ka nagsimba ganito kakainin.
Kasi yun rin naman kasi yung parang mission, di ba? Kaya nga nagdi-missionary kasi. Missionary na. Para makasari.
Ibang mission. Tama ba? Ibang missionary.
Mga misyonero na kailangan may
mag-convert yan.
Isang reason nila is I think ginamit rin nilang explanation na ito yung etong religion namin, ito yung magsasave sa inyo from this supernatural, ito yung makakatalo, parang gano'n. Oo
nga kasi nga, like yung mga bagay na yun is hindi naman yun for free eh. Like bibili ka ng cross, syempre sa simbahan yun, like magpapabaptize ka sa simbahan yun, ganun. Parang naging way yun for the church to mag-earn well, yun na nga, parang
yung mga tao is
mag-convert, lalo na yun yung conversion talaga. Yun naman talaga yung pinaka mission nila eh, like to convert yung sa mga, lalo na dito sa atin, which dati is napaka supernatural lang talaga ng mga natin, mga
pati nga yung ibang culture.
Ganun din naman eh. What if yung mga countries na hindi naging successful yung pag-change of religion. Paano kaya yung nila?
I think next day, kung lang talaga yung next day, yun talaga
yung mga pasalin-salin ng mga ganun. Ito yung pangontra sa ganyan.
I think naman kasi yung mga nanakop talaga yung mostly Christians, tas yung mga sinasakupan nila is either Muslim, Buddhism. So nagstay lang talaga yung mga religion nila na
kahit nga dito sa atin eh, some parts of actually parang most of the part ng Philippines is we could say parang 70% ng nasa Muslim ganun.
Muslim tsaka
pagans ganun. Like yung before. Before yung Muslim, di ba? Parang
Muslim tsaka yung tawag nito yung mga animals kung bestiality.
Parang mga pagan ganun.
Pagan gods.
Parang mga pagan ganun.
Nature. Mostly sa nature gods. Kagaya rin sa ito. Na naiilag ka kayo yung Christian.
Well, yun na nga.
So, yun. Additionally, this causes them to wander around searching for someone to give them one. So, para naghahanap yung mga tiyanak. Paano kaya yung like na-come up nila yung ganun? Para
ganito, di ba? May mamamatay. Siguro sila, may meeting. Pag may namatay na bata, tapos hindi na binigyan. Pag namatay yung bata, para mas matakot yung ibang tao, ganito. Dapat. Ganito mangyayari. So, parang ganun. So, yung mga tao, baptize talaga. Oh, shit.
Therefore, it is believed that giving a name to those lost souls will bring them peace and offering a white candle that will help guide its spirits to the afterlife.
Mhm.
Obviously, that's a way to gain more adherents.
Ito na nga yung na-mention natin.
In the modern times, this definition has extended that to that of aborted fetuses that return from death to seek revenge on those who have deprived them.
Mm.
From the Mandaya people of Mindanao, the Tianak originated from the spirit of a child whose mother died before giving birth.
Iba naman yung ano nila. Iba naman yung...
Ito another parang sa Mindanao. Type ng version ng
ng ano nila.
Tianak. Dun sa yung dito sa atin,
Unborn siya talaga, di ba?
don't abort. Pro-life.
Pro-Life UK. Ibig sabihin sa Amerika, maraming Tiyanak.
Maraming Tianak.
Ooh.
So, this caused it, originated from a spirit of a child whose mother died before giving birth. This caused it to be born in the ground.
Ooh.
So, nung namatay yung mama niya, nabuhay pa rin siya sa tiyan ng mama niya. Siya na lang
Tapos nilibing siya ganun.
Nalibing, kasama siya nalibing.
Nilibing siya dun sa...
Tapos pinanganak siya sa lupa. Thus gaining its current state as a creature of the earth and soil. Modern Filipinos refer to as laman lupa.
Ooh.
Meaning
Root crop.
root crop.
Paano naman nag-root crop yun?
So, hindi kasi
At sa...
galing siya sa tiyan, tapos nilibing yung mama niya, tapos siya yung lumabas.
Siya yung tumubo, ganun.
Tawag yun ito, parang
Ang sama.
nagtatanim lang.
Ang sama naman dun.
So, in Kapampangan mythology, there is a creature called Tiyanak. So, ito yung kalaban niya mo. Ito yung kalaban ng Tiyanak.
Yan ang kakampi ng tao.
Kakampi ng tao. So, it is believed to be one of the oldest races of beings on Earth.
Ooh.
Wait, they grow up. Kala ko naman sobrang taas. They grow up to be 12 inches tall. One ruler.
One foot lang.
Look like normal humans but smaller and extremely powerful. Both capable of benevolent and evil at times.
So hindi to anak ng tao.
Hindi.
Separate to.
Tiyanak. They have the Tiyanak, they have a more advanced civilization and we're also able to communicate with the trees and animals.
How
The spirit
advanced?
around us and the wind of the water.
How advanced?
Nakakapag-usap sila. Baka meron silang gadgets na parang. There's similarity in the modern concept of the wind.
Mayroon silang apple.
Hindi sila yung nagalit. Sila yung high, low,
Mayroon silang apple. Apple products.
Iba yun. So, might be because they were the origins for them in the mythology. So, however, there's also another creature in the
They're similar to modern.
the Apple products sa iPad. Hindi ko muna nag-get yun.
Kala ko naman nag-gets
Akala ko Apple Sweet yung So guys, no way. Yung dwarfs.
Then sila nagko-communicate sa apple.
Meron sila.
May apple ba May apple ba dito? Meron din ata eh.
Meron. However, there's also another creature from the Mindanaoan folklore calling Manchanak, a female spirit with a slit in her belly exposing her.
Oh, so ito naman siya yung nanay.
Siya Manchanak.
The mother Tiyanak.
Mother Tiyanak.
Tama ba?
She is a vengeful spirit who sees
Meron siyang stun tsaka swap. Yun yung power niya.
Manchanak.
Stun,
Benji. Benji.
tapos yung swap, tapos yung minus armor.
Minus
Ganun.
armor.
Ano tawag doon? Nakalimutan. Kasi na yun.
Yung parang merong dumadaan na.
Yeah.
Dadaan yung ghost.
Ah!
Parang wala lang. Ano yun?
Pang ano? Pang vision.
Pang vision lang. So, a vengeful spirit who sees men as enemies because she thinks she could have lived a better life if she had not been pregnant when she was a kid.
Ooh.
So, for this reason, she preys on men at night by ripping off their genitals with her long, sharp claws, and she is said to be afraid of women and would cry like a cat. So, kailangan may kasama ang babae pa.
So ano tawag dito? Pag yung bata, ano din, ginagamit niya.
Para ano lang, parang kasama lang.
Like yung
Parang siyang kangaroo.
marsupial.
Marsupial. Thank you, para sa
Why is it that koalas are not not considered bear?
why.
Because they don't have the qualification. Because they're marsupials. Sa ano yun sa TikTok yun eh. Marsupials. Di ba naman yun?
Sorry. The Tianak had other deception, namely that if any woman died in childbirth, she and the child suffered punishment, and that night she could be heard lamenting. This was called Tianak.
Ang dami naman.
Dami na.
Version.
Oh, parang dun sa vampire, yung usui or sorcery. Pare-pareho lang.
Kasi ito iba-iba yung ano lang. Pag yung ano lang, yung prefix lang yung iba eh.
Yung katika.
Yung katikangan lang
Yung
eh.
beginning lang. May the honor and glory be God our Lord, that among all the Tagalogs, not at grace all of this is left, and those who are now marrying do not even know what it is, thanks to the preaching of the Holy Gospel, which has banished it. Free one de Plasencia, customs of the Tagalog, may 15 minutes.
So ganun din.
Another statement by parang Christ. A similar supernatural
Supernatural.
creature existed in Malay folklore that resembled more to the white than the Tiyanak of Philippine mythology. So, it is called the Tiyanak of
Parang lahat na ano.
Marami.
Kontilanak.
Tiyanak.
So ano to? Tawag dito nag-family planning sila. Very responsible.
Tsaka,
Very responsible na family. Ayan.
Also called Tiyanak. Tianak rather takes the form of a pregnant woman who died and able to give birth while her stillborn child was inside her womb. Similar to the sandal bulong, with a gaping hole on her back, and the lang sphere, also spelled lang suwaye, lang soyuar, lang soyuar, a female revenant in other Southeast Asian regions.
So parang ano din, parang kaparehas ng dun sa ano, sa Mindanao na ano.
Yung,
diba? Yung
sa Tiyanak. So the Tiyanak is
one child policy kasi to.
sa ano na parang
Taga ano to,
nila yun
sa China. Tsaka sa ano, sa Japan.
Sa Japan ba?
One child policy.
The Tiyanak is often described as a vampiric and vengeful spirit of the mothers who are killed while pregnant, with long, sharp fingernails, pale skin, red eyes, and long black hair that lures unsuspecting men to incite fear and enact vengeance. She is often clothed in a blood-smeared white dress, but is capable of changing into more monstrous form when she captures her prey.
Oh. May final four.
My final. She nourished by human blood and organs, the Tiyanak live in trees and stalk their prey from the branches above. The Ponti and Tiyanak originate from the Bahasa Melayu word tall trees.
Bahasa Melayu.
Nakikita ko lang doon sa sa Star Movies kasi hindi sa HBO pala yung Bahasa Melayu.
So ano din kasi may yung ano, yung ibang Malay na ano, na mga tawag dito, mga
Malay countries.
supernatural entities is almost
The same.
may tawag dito, may similarity, 'di ba? Baka kasi pagdating nila dito, yung kinakwenta, alam mo ba, sa amin,
Yun sa amin.
merong mantianak.
Ano? Tiyanak.
Puntianak, hindi.
Manchana.
Kontilanak.
Ano ba yun? Nagkakamali yung ano.
Tapos pasalin-salin na. Naging tiyanak na lang.
Naging tiyanak. Tiyanak na lang.
Basta yun na yun.
So, signs that they put tiyanak nearby includes the sound of an infant crying,
Same
feminine
din,
laughter, and the stench of decaying corpse, similar to the flower scent of a carrion flower. Carrion flower yan eh. Yung scent is parang bagong corpse.
Ano tawag dito? Pabilis yun eh.
Carrion.
Kasi carrion.
Hindi yung kanta.
Carry on, oh carry on.
Flower. It is said that the sounds are quiet when she is nearby.
So parang parehas din.
Parang-
Pareha.
Okay. But if they are loud, it means she is far away. Some sources also state the dog howling at night indicates that a pontiac is present, but not too close. But if the dog whines, then a pontiac is definitely.
Mga ganun.
So, the capital city of Western Kalimantan province, the Indonesian portion of the land of Borneo, island Borneo, is named after the pontiac. Oh.
Ano to?
Ginawa silang
Pinangalan sa kanila.
Pinangalan sa kanya. Tianak in Borneo.
Inborn.
Ito, bakit siya na pangalan. The story goes that when was found, when the city was founded, it was infested by ghosts until Syarif Abdurrahman Al-Qadri fended off the ghost by shooting candles to produce loud sounds similar on how Filipinos drive out the Tiyanak. So meron talaga sobrang lapit na
Nakakatakot lang sa kanila. Kasi pinapapunta ko ng kanyon.
sa yung tanong, saan papunta yung kanina?
Dun sa Tiyanak.
Dun sa bahay, hindi kumabahay. Then the Sultanate constructed the foundation of a mosque and a palace there in the forest down and cut the trees that the Tianak in.
Ayun, I wonder if ganun din yung ano, ganun yung I wonder if ganun din yung ano, yung ibang mga religion. Like for example, Muslims. Like bibili sila ng ganito, ganyan, like meron ba? Meron silang moon, crescent moon.
I think
Hindi naman sila ano ng cross eh. Crescent moon or yung Quran, ganun. Or water, ano ba water? Wala.
ito lang yan.
Dates.
Ano eh? Hindi ko alam. Wala kasi akong kilala pa.
Ay, di ba?
Isa lang kilala akong
Kiss yun?
kuya up
Sino yun?
sa scout.
Okay. Scout.
So, the first kaya pala kasi mostly mga Tianak doon yung feeling ko yung mga supernatural beings ngayon kasi wala na kaya hindi na
Kasi marami ng tao ganun.
Wala na silang tirahan.
Kaya nga wala na marami na kasing tao eh. Yung mga lugar na nagtitirahan nila is inhabited na ng mga tao. So naging outcast sila sa ano.
So the first sultan of the Tianak Sultanate whose reign lasted to 1771 to 1880. It was said to be haunted by the wicked creatures as a result. Thus, it became one of the most terrifying ghosts described in Indonesian and Malaysian folklore today.
Malapit lang naman
Ikaw
yan.
ba naman yung bahay, yung mga...
Ba't ka naman kasi dun tumira? Hindi ka pa naman.
Sobraan mo naman. So, But there's another creature from the Southeast Asian folklore that more closely resembled the look of the Tiyanak, the tuyol, or tuyol in Javanese, an undead infant generally considered as a helper spirit seen in the folklore of several countries around the Malay Peninsula.
So, ganun din. Sa ganung vicinity rin.
Vicinity ba?
Parang ganun din.
These are spirits of stillborn or aborted infants that take on the likeness of a distorted child, greenish and gray in color, with pointed ears, sharp teeth, and red or clouded eyes. It is said that they are virtually impossible to spot, and it's unlikely to see one without actively looking for it.
Oo.
So, para siya lang, parang troll na medyo low class. Kasi, a person who owns a tuyol, so, you can
Ano
own
daw?
a tuyol, uses it mainly to steal things from other people.
Parang
or to do mischief.
parang sila Dobby, ganun.
O parang mga elf.
Hmm.
I think, and sabotage or other minor crimes. But with special rituals, the tuyol can be made powerful to commit murder.
Oo.
So, in Javanese mythology, it is kept by a person practicing a specific kind of black magic, some called pesugihan tuyol, mainly used to help people to become rich instantly. Yun yung steal one sources. Some say it can be kept for financial gain, but in return, a female member of the family must allow it to breastfeed from her, sucking blood instead of blood. So, suck my teeth.
Paano niya? Ano lalabas yung dugo doon?
Kinakagat. Parang yan yung mga Muslim yung kaya nasusugatan yung mga mama. So, originally it was an actual corpse of a dead child, but in most accounts, the tuyol spirit is housed in static effigy, most often encased in a bottle, jar, or urn. Ritual are then performed on the object to invite the spirit. These are called jars, called kuwan pro or kohen pro, meaning smoke or roasted. In Khmer, the Austronesian language of Cambodia and Vietnam.
Smoked and roasted baby.
Oh, okay. So, sa Thailand naman, they call it the kumanthong. Kumanthong for male,
Kumanthong.
kumanlay for females, and often just figurines. But the authentic
Kapang ka.
kumanthong. Kuwan bro. Pataas yung ano.
Kumartong.
Kuwan bro. What you doing, Tommy? Nakita ko pala yung video ko. Kahapon pala ng panood. But the authentic ones originated by the way of necromancy, obtained by the desiccated fetuses of children who have died while still in their mother's womb.
Parang ganun din, di ba? Pero ito, ginagawa, di ba?
O parang namatay tapos
Gagawan ng ano,
gumawa
gagawan
ng
ng
ritual para
mabuhay. Pero yung iba naman is naging parang evil spirit lang. Kasi nga namatay sila tapos naging evil spirit. So ito yung first na
kaya
meron.
pala roasted baby kasi the corpse was burned until all the skin and fat was charred, then lacquered and covered with gold.
Ooh.
In some accounts, it is usually made from small statue carved out of tree bark, coral, or from the own corpse bones. Then placed in a container soaked in perfume or chicken blood. The witch doctors were said to have...
Pagkamali ka ng kuha, kala mo pickles.
Pickled baby pa rin.
Pickled baby.
The witch doctor were said to have the power...
Ang dami ng dito, ang dami nang na-mention na ang dami na na-mention na Dota character. Bench pull, necromancy, witch doctor. Tangina.
Ano talaga...
Dota.
Patient talaga si Ice Frog.
Madami nang
The witch doctor was said to have the power to
ito pa ma-invoke pa.
invoke
Invoker.
stillborn babies, adopt them as their own, and use them to aid in their personal endeavors. In southern China, they are called Kia in the Hokkien family.
Hokkien.
It is said that their heads are chopped off and will be dried out to obtain their corpse
Oh,
oil.
shit.
When the bones from parang chicken oil ang nininong Ray, ah. While the bones from the decapitated bodies are carved to become new replacement bodies.
Sama naman nun. Napaka
Napaka-harsh naman.
The effigies could be used.
The effigies could be used to control the spirits, and they have specially ordered before you can get one. So, pre-order po ito.
Kailangan po tayo ng magbayad ng pre-order kasi nga gagawin pa natin yung
I-order pa namin and darating po.
matagal po yung
Medyo
pagkakagawa. Ang sama naman nun.
Sadly, these dark talismans are still bought and sold in the black market. So, kasama pa rin siya. So, marami kasi mga superstitious na mga mayayaman
Yeah.
na ito yung gagawin yung
Para magkaroon ng di ba? Magkaroon ng magkaroon ng gain para sa Kasi nga yung isa nga dito sa saan ba yun? Sa Indonesia.
Yung
Ginagawa pa pang pag nanakaw eh.
bigas din. Aling na yun. So, sadly, except for the Tianac's ability to disguise itself as a baby, some striking similarities with another folkloric creature from the Aztec. Ito mas
Malayo na to. Nandito na tayo sa
Dumaan na tayo ng Pacific Ocean.
Umabot na tayo sa South America. Dito na tayo sa
Suggest a possible link between the two creatures.
Sige.
The Tianak.
Ay, palang yung spelling. Yung spelling nito is CHANEQUE. Pinasosyal lang eh.
Parang galing lang sa states na na Tianak. The Tianak. Hindi na don't call me Tianak.
Tianak.
Or Tianak. Or the Huwican Tianak. As they were called by the Aztecs. Sounds
So to? Parang napaka unusual naman na parang same may similarity yung nila, di ba?
Hindi kasi the Tianak are legendary creatures in Mexican folklore. In fact, yung folklore natin sa
Kasi nga parang almost para parehas din naman eh. Pero
I think yung word etymology lang.
Maybe kasi nauna silang tawag dito, naging kinolonize ng Spain. Tapos nadala dito sa Philippines, ganun. Parang ganun, di ba? Tianak.
Nagamit natin.
Di ba? So parang ganun, may tawag dito, may link din.
I think rin kasi parang hindi naman natin from thin air lang. Sasabi yung Tianak.
Tsaka di ba, may tawag dito, nakakita ka ng ganun, tapos nakapagsalita ka ng Tianak.
Kasi
Ano yan, Tianak?
yung Chan is Spanish word yan. Chan. Parang Chinese eh.
Parang Chinese yun. Di ba sa mga Jackie, ganun?
Si Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
The name comes from a Nahuatl word meaning those who inhabit nature's places or owners of the house.
Ano to?
So, mga
Order.
So they are conceived as a small sprite-like beings, elemental forces and guardians of nature.
So medyo tawag dito, carbonated.
Kasi sprite.
Dighay ng dighay.
Hindi. So yun. Entities associated with the underworld speed up activities to care for the mountains and wild animals. So medyo
Mababait.
mababait. They usually inhabit forests, jungles, and other many places in nature, and usually described as children with with the face of old men or creature. Parang Benjamin Button.
May ano, tawag dito. Tawag doon? Progeria. Tama ba?
Uh, Patras. It is said that they are approximately between 1 to 20 meters. Teka lang, sobrang laki. Baby. 1 to 20 meters
Ano daw?
with an enormous head and chocolate-colored skin. Chicano na Chicana.
Shit.
And possessing deformed bodies that are sometimes described as having a tail.
So medyo kakaiba to, no? Like iba to sa naging napasa sa atin.
Ibang-iba.
Ibang-iba.
The Tianak was both feared and revered, notorious for stealing the souls of those who strayed in their domain. So parang local god siya.
Mm.
So he would scare the souls called Tonali, the spirits associated with the day of death, out of the body and then buried underground. The only way for the victim to recover the soul is to undergo a specific ritual. Otherwise, the victim will fall ill and die. So, however, the Tiyanak can also reward humans with wealth.
So parang ganun din, di ba?
I think yung nakuha lang dito is ito. Parang they associated with the success
Mm-mm.
and good fortunes. In Southeast Mexico today, they are believed to dedicate a significant part of their time carrying out mischiefs such as
So mali yung
throwing rocks.
anyway, mali yung statement natin kanina na walang kaparehas.
Walang kaparehas.
Ay, di, like sa pop sa pop
Pop culture.
sa pop culture parang ganun.
Yung talaga, yung
Nakikita na
Chinese,
ganun.
yung,
Parang sa atin lang, di ba? Ito parang local talaga yung nito.
ibang-iba.
Or hindi wala lang tayo. Hindi natin alam.
Such as throwing rocks, breaking and hiding things, pulling tails of pets and farm animals and other nuisance activities. Some contemporary legends, Tianaks show themselves to people as children to distract them and make people go stray for about 3 to 7 days, after which the victims cannot recall anything that happened since then.
Oh.
It is thought that they were taken to the home of these creatures in the underworld, of which the entrance is a dry kapong pit. Parang mga dalangin pa.
Oh, parang ganun. Parang may mga duwende din ganun, di ba?
Oo.
Parang ganun.
A popular belief was to wear clothing backward when walking alone through the wilderness to prevent these creatures from kidnapping lonely travelers or causing them to fall and steal their souls.
So ano din, di ba? Parang same din sa mga ano natin.
Ngayon ko lang meron din sa mga Mexicans, Spanish,
Well,
babaliktad ng
well, ganun. Obviously, napakadami ng similarity ng ano natin, mga dito, mga beliefs natin sa kanila. Kasi nga, yung mga with the influence of with dito ng mga Spaniards sa colonization.
is nadala nila dito sa nga sabi pa nga ng video ko, tayo lang yung
We're the Asian Mexican.
the Asian Mexican. That were the Mexico of
Asia.
of Asia. Yung tayo lang yung tayo lang yung
Oo nga,
Asians na yung apelyido is Latino.
oo nga. Ano, Asian with American name and Latino na surname, parang ganun. Nadinig ko yan sa Tiger Belly. Nandun din si Joko din.
Kasama
Siya yung guest nila, nila dito, Bobby Lee.
So, like the case in the Philippines, when the conquistador and Hernan Cortes finally subdued the Aztecs,
Actually, finally wiped the Aztecs away because of the Spanish flu. The smallpox.
smallpox,
So yung pumatay sa kanila
sila yung
lahat.
nakatalo eh. Nagdala ng
Nagdala ng
galing sa
sakit yung mga tag-inang yun. Which napaka nabubuhay lang sila sa sarili nila.
Oo, tapos pumunta kayo dito. Tapos
Dala tayo ng
ang sakit.
sakit doon.
They believe the belief of the Tiyanak was modified by the friars to sway away the natives into the Catholic faith. So ito.
Ganun din. Bumabalik din tayo. We're
Another
circling,
issue na
we're circling the, to that, that, tawag dito, narrative din.
na yun yung isang other reason, other way para mapasama sa Catholic. They speculated that the Tianak was the result of the devil possessing an unbaptized stillborn child, causing it to return as a demon that preyed on those who wandered into the jungle, and that captured souls are placed in pots to be devoured for the devoured liver. So, nagamit talaga ng papalik.
Ganun
Ito na
din.
yung parang mostly na pop modern depiction.
Parang
In the
ganun to.
folkloric tradition of the Yucatan Peninsula, these elementals are known to be alapsog in the Yucatec Maya. But in Spanish, they are called duende.
Oo, so ganun din, di ba? Duende is like, tawag dito.
And
Duende
the term
din sa
comes from
atin.
the duendo de casa. Those who live in houses.
Oo, ganun din.
Pareho siya. Talaga duende naman talaga eh.
Duende
Saan
din,
na lang
actually.
natin nakuha yung the word na duende. Some suggest that these creatures were not really spirits at all, but actually human beings with the misunderstood and vilified genetic condition of
Ganun ba yan?
who chose to live in their own communities far away from other people for fear of persecution and ridicule. Another mythological character that shared similarities to some extent with the Tianak lore is the changeling, a human-like creature believed by many people to be a fairy that have been left to the mortal homes to replace a human stolen by the fairies. Ito nakita ko to sa sa Hellboy. Yung bagong Hellboy.
Hindi ko pa napanood yung bagong Hellboy.
Parang kinuha ng fairies yung baby ng isang family, tapos pumunta sa Hellboy, tapos yung baby parang inaway niya, tapos change. Tapos pinaalis niya
Yung fairy.
yung
Bata.
changeling, tapos after a few hours binalik nila yung baby, tapos pinakita yung mga fairies parang
So, saan yun? Saan yung to dito? Saan yung,
America.
sa Amerika yun?
Hanggang sa they are historically referred to as an oath found in folklore and folk religion abroad. So, parang kinukuha nila yung baby, o pinapalitan nila yung baby para sila yung baby ng parents. So, changelings are often said to exhibit odd behavior or have traits that are normally found in desirable human, such as having physical deformities. Some tales also spoke of changelings that have voracious appetites and natural knowledge and imp-like traits that made them more mischievous and disturbing to their mortal parents. Many children, often disabled or ill health, suspected of being changelings, were subjected to harsh treatment by superstitious
Malas mo naman.
Parang ito na yung nangyayari sa mga nakikita natin kung ginagawa lang sila
Well, parang sikat, ganun talaga naman ang yung nangyayari at that time. Lalo na yung sa previous talaga na wala tayong masyadong knowledge sa like sa mga genetic conditions ng mga ganun. Like usually nagiging link lang sila sa mga superstitious belief natin na ay ganito ganyan anak yan ng duwende ganito ganun, 'di ba? Parang ganun yung mga kwento naman, alam mo naman yung mga tao dati mema lang eh.
parang yun sa Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Parang ganun din, 'di ba?
Naalala mo
Si Imang. Yung kampanerang Cuba.
Ay, oo nga.
Si Imam ba yun? Imaw, hindi si Imaw sa
Yung sa
Encantadia mali.
According to legend, many children wishing to rid themselves of what they believe to be malevolent and bondage. According to legend, the abducted human children are given to the devil or used to strengthen fairies' luck. The return of the original child may be affected by making the changelings laugh, similar how the Tianak lets go of the victim if abused or by torturing. The most famous case being that of Bridget Cleary, an Irish woman killed by her own husband by burning her to death in 1895. She was suspected to be a changeling after she had been ill for several days, but her diagnosis was bronchitis. So, the existence of changeling is believed to stem from the idea that infants are susceptible to demonic possessions because fairies are expressly said to prey upon unbaptized children.
So parang ganun din, 'di ba? We're circling back din
Oo.
sa ano.
Religion.
Sa religion din. Well, ano, dapat dito sa sa naging topic natin dito is makikita natin yung similarity ng iba't ibang mga superstitious belief dito sa lalo na dito sa Southeast Asia or sa Asia.
Sobrang
Napaka
closely
tsaka yung yung tawag dito, yung mga accounts is halos ganun din, 'di ba? Napaka amazing lang yung
may same creature talaga, iba lang talaga yung pangalan niya.
well, hindi naman siguro to na like may isang or siguro by word of mouth lang.
Word of
Oh,
mouth, tas nagkakaiba yung pangalan.
umabot lang sa ganito. Tapos nag-iba-iba na lang yung kapangyarihan nila. Pero babalik din sa religion.
Oo, babalik.
Well, obviously sa almost lahat naman ata ng almost na lahat pa. Lahat ata ng lahat naman ng tawag dito ng mga ganitong mga entities is yun lang yung panlaban doon. So, tayo sa religion, guys.
Ito yung
Well, there's nothing wrong about that naman kasi like to believe with supernatural
entities.
entity like sa kay God is tawag dito inaano mo talaga yung self mo sa powers na gano'n.
Kasi maniniwala ka pa naman sa mga supernatural tapos meron darating sasabihin mas malakas siya dun.
Siya yung kapangyarihan.
So matatangkilik talaga yung mga dibdib Pilipinos.
Yung lang dito is the amazing dito is the tawag dito yung similarity nga dun sa sa mga story like tawag dito napaka obvious ng similarity talaga nito.
Masasabi mo talaga dahil sa religion kaya napapareho lang pala yun. Papareho yung stories.
So yun, that was the podcast. That was the episode, guys, for this week. Hopefully na nyo na to. Enjoy yung episode natin na to, which lalabas din sa week na ngayon lang. So yun, that was the episode, guys. Hopefully na-enjoy nyo nga yung episode natin to. Don't forget to like and follow sa page natin.
All our
Socials. Yun. This is the podcast, guys. We're host. I'm Marky. Tianak.
In the dark